Welcome to 27 Topics. Tomorrow is Election Day, and we hope that all of you who are registered to vote will go to the polls to vote tomorrow. Today, we have with us Kathy Hopf, the Dubois County Clerk, who will be here demonstrating the voting machine. They are new voting machines that we have in the county this year. They were used in some of the precincts for the city election last year. But for this election tomorrow, these machines will be used throughout the county. And we'll have Kathy demonstrate the machine, and we'll go through it. It's very simple. It's probably very fast. You can go to the voting place and pretty well go through the process rather rapidly in comparison to previous years. And then in the evening, when the votes are tallied, I'm sure that the poll workers will say, why did we wait this long to get these new voting machines? Kathy, welcome to the show this morning, and we're looking forward to you casting your vote this morning, and so I can see just how you voted. We'll determine by how you vote who's going to win this election.
Oh, thanks, Paul. Actually, I have a California ballot on here, so you won't be able to tell too much. This is a demo machine that we've been using, and I didn't want to put a regular real ballot on there, so we actually have a phony ballot. So anyone who comes to the courthouse or goes to the outlying areas where we have machines on display will see a fake ballot on there, but they can at least try it and see how simple it is to operate.
Well, the nice thing about the poll workers is that this is just a little bit larger than a laptop, doesn't weigh as much as a laptop, and the voting booth will, this is the voting booth. It's on legs, extended legs. It's a little plastic case, and it has these petitions to give you privacy when you push the buttons to vote. But this is what it'll look like when you walk into the polling place this coming election tomorrow. And it's very simple. And then a little bit to demonstrate this machine, I am going to remove it. It's set in the case, and it's at an angle, easy to read. And but we're going to remove it from here so that we can demonstrate it a little better, and you can see it. Are we ready to remove the machine?
Actually,
okay.
That's one of the great things about the machine is that it's self-contained, and so the inspectors actually take it home with them from the poll worker class and leave it in their car, in their trunk for a couple days, and carry it right in with them to the polling place and set it up in about a minute, probably under a minute. When you enter the polls, you will enter the same way this year that you have in the past, and you will specify the ballot that you wish to vote, as you have in every primary, and you will be given a card that tells the judge which ballot you want to vote. At that time, when it's your turn to vote, you'll go into the booth, and as Paul said, this is what the booth is going to look like. You'll have complete privacy. The judge will accompany you to the machine and will insert a blue card, a vote card that the judge hangs on to, and the ballot selections will come up. And at that time, the judge will choose, according to your card, the ballot that you need to vote or that you're wishing to vote. Push a button, and that will bring your ballot up. As you can see, it's divided by office. It's very easy to read. It tells you at the bottom of the screen how many pages there are to your particular ballot. To vote, to cast the vote for the person that you choose, you simply push the button next to the name. If you make an error or change your mind, you just push that button again. It removes that mark and select the other name. If you don't wish to vote for anyone on this page, you don't have to. You do, however, have to view every page of the ballot before you can cast your vote. And the way that you know that you're ready to vote is there are two red lights up here that will light up when you have viewed every page of the ballot and you have made at least one selection. You have to vote for at least one person in order for it to allow you to cast a vote. It tells you at the bottom, next page. That's how you advance or go backwards. So you can review the ballot as many times, as often as you like. If you are ready to cast your vote, you see you're on page 2. Next page, the very last page of every single ballot simply tells you you are at the end of the ballot. You know that way for certain that you have viewed the entire ballot. You cannot cast the vote until you see this message. At that time, you just press the button and you're finished.
Okay.
And I want you all to feel confident, though, that you're not locked in. You can go back and forth as many times as you choose until you're comfortable
Before
with
you
your...
hit this button,
Correct.
you can go back as many
Correct.
times as you want
That's
to.
correct. Once you've hit the red button, it's too late.
Now, in looking at the ballot, again, and that has to be put in every time. In the primary, you have to say who, whether you want a Democrat, Republican, Independent.
Correct.
How many do we have in the county? How many different ballots?
It varies, depends. The townships or the precincts that have school board elections will have more options. If you're in a precinct that has a school board election, you have the choice of a Democrat ballot, a Republican ballot, a school board only, which would be a nonpartisan. We also have a ballot for voters who will be 18 by the November election, but who are not 18 in time for the primary, who are eligible to vote but are not eligible to vote in a school board election. When you're under 18 at the time of the election, you may not vote in any election that a final outcome is determined. So if you're in Bainbridge Township or Madison Township or over in the Ferdinand School District, you would have 5 different ballot selections. In the other precincts, it would just be 2. It would just be the Democrat or the Republican.
Okay, then I know here there's titles, and there's lines going to the titles.
Correct.
But I understand that if you hit the title, it'll tell you down below inactive location. You need to go to the name, to the actual name, and hit it. Now, what if it's 3 people there and you vote for 2? What happens?
Okay, if there's in here we have a county council at large race, which you can see has multiple candidates, and you may vote for 3. You can vote for up to 3. So you can, if you just want 1, that's fine. You can just vote for 1. If you want 2, that's fine. You vote for 2 and you're finished. Or you can vote for as many as 3. It will not allow you to vote for more than 3, however. When you try to press any other, nothing happens, and it tells you office full at the bottom, so you know that you've tried to overvote. You can, however, change your mind, and if you've voted for the wrong one, just simply hit the button again, and it'll remove the X and mark the one that you wish to vote for.
And then the 2 bottom arrows point to prior page. You can go back. And on the right-hand side, it takes you to the next page if you viewed that page and voted or not voted on that page.
Right, and there's no time limit. You can look at it 50 times if you choose until you're comfortable. You can go back and forth up until the time that you hit the cast vote button.
Now, is this as bright as this gets? Does anyone say, oh, the screen is not bright enough for me?
We really have not had, we used it in 2 elections last year, the City of Jasper, and then in the fall we used City of Jasper and City of Huntingburg and also the Town of Holland, and we really did not get any comments on that. So
well, that was good.
I don't think that there's too much that we can do on the contrast.
Well, it's pretty good. Now, we have a bright light shining on it, which makes it glary for us right now.
And we tried to have the poll workers set it in a place that it wouldn't get glare from the sun or something like that. And also, usually they'll have it so that your back, my back, if I were voting, would be to the wall just for privacy purposes. Another thing I don't have with me, but I do want to mention, if there are any voters in the audience who are planning to vote in person, but who are visually impaired and do have a problem reading this, we do have our ADA equipment available, and we will have that at the polls. And actually what that means is that you can wear a headset and you can have the ballot read to you. And so you'll be able to vote on the machine just like anyone else, but rather than reading it, it will be read to you.
Oh, that's neat. That is very neat. Is there any, if you have any questions, I guess call you?
Correct, yes. Please call the clerk's office at 481-7035. We're there. We'll be there election day all day long from 6 a.m. until we get finished. So up until the polls close at 6. If you have a question on On the machine itself, if you have a question on where you need to go to vote, or if you're registered, I'll have a staff there that will be happy to answer your questions.
I know a lot of people in the county move and then they go to the wrong polling
Yes.
place.
And there have been changes. We've had changes ourselves in the polling locations, but we've also had some changes in the last over the last year because of the city council districts in Jasper. And so if you have not voted since perhaps 2002, I guess, you may want to check with us because there have been some precinct boundary line changes. So if you're not certain, please give us a call rather than go to the wrong polling site and have to go to another place.
What is that phone number?
The number is 481-7035.
Okay, does that pretty well explain this machine?
I think so. We had such good response to it. Everyone who's used it, even people who were somewhat apprehensive about it, older people who thought, I don't know if I want to vote on these new machines, ended up loving it, and we had nothing but good feedback from both of the elections last year. So.
Well, and I think for the people who have kind of been hesitant to be poll workers, this is really great. The tally in the evening is not counting the ballots like we've done in the past.
Exactly. That was a big relief to all the poll workers last year when we used it. They were finished early in the evening. There's actually a red card, tally card, just like this little vote card that has the chip in the back that they'll put into the machine, and it'll read all the results from the day. We also have a little printer that goes along to the poll with them. They print out a tally tape. They actually have the results in just a real short period of time. Also, I think one of the things that has changed that has made, I guess, less room for error is that we are now counting the absentee ballots at the courthouse as opposed to at the precincts. And so they're counted via a machine that would be similar, it's a scanner similar to if you all use lottery tickets, that reads your lottery numbers. And so there's really not much room for error, and it really has made me feel really confident about the results of the election.
Well, this is the way to go. I'm really glad, Kathy, that you and the board decided on a real simple, easy to operate machine. We no longer have that clangy old machine to where you have to be real muscular to open and close the drape.
Well, that was another comment from the outlying polling sites, is they didn't really like those big machines because they had to be so careful if you tear up the floor trying to move them in and out. We had to get the highway department to transport them to the places that couldn't store them. So it's really better all the way around. It's made it more convenient for not only us as voters, but also for where we choose to vote.
Well, I think that's really neat, and we, Kathy, appreciate having you here this morning to demonstrate this machine.
Well, thank you.
I think it's wonderful, and I hope that people watching will feel at ease and be at the polls tomorrow. We expect a larger turnout.
Well, we hope
because
so.
we have better voting facilities.
We hope to have everybody who's registered go out and please vote.
That would be the smart thing to do.
Thank you.
Okay, now I think there have been some polling changes. Where are some of the people going to vote?
Most of the polling sites are remaining the same as in the past. However, we have made some changes in Bainbridge Township and Madison Township. And in Bainbridge Township, the 6 North and 6 South precincts will be voting at the new Jasper Middle School in the gymnasium, and Bainbridge 7 will be at the high school. And they'll be voting in the community room in the athletic department. There will be signs directing you as you pull in. We'll have some signs to kind of direct you to the part of the building that you need to go to. In Madison Township, we have in the past voted at the Ireland Elementary School. And this year we're going to try voting at St. Mary's Catholic Church in Ireland in their old school cafeteria, or what is referred to now as their community room. And there were a couple reasons for that. One was because we were disrupting the school. We were actually using a kindergarten classroom. So in order to not impose on the school, and since there's a pretty good setup over at the church's community center where there's good parking, it's level, it's easily handicap accessible, so we think that that's a good change. So those are basically the changes that we're going to see.
And all the other places are the same?
The places are the same. Now, they're the same from the last election. We've made changes, 35th Street, and we've made these changes because of crowding and parking and a lot of reasons. But Last year we tried putting 3 precincts out at the 35th Street Fire Station. It just didn't work. And then we moved 6 out to Hobbig, and we had 3 precincts there. And it was workable, but it wasn't really what we wanted to see. So with the completion of Jasper Middle School and Jasper High School, it opened up some options for us. So you may have voted, you know, some of these people on the north side of town, this may be their 3rd change, but hopefully this will be the last change.
Okay, and people not sure where to vote, whether they're new to the area or have moved, where should they call you on the election day?
Please, on election day, please, I will have a full staff from 6 a.m., starting at 6 a.m. until the polls close at 6 p.m. You can call me at 481-7035. And we'll check and see where you need to go. It's easier for you to do that if you have any question rather than going to a polling site and it's, you know, you need to go somewhere else. We don't want to send you on a wild goose chase. So please call us and we'll look it up and we'll have an answer for you in just a matter of seconds.
Kathy, thank you for being the guest on 27 Topics, and we hope you have a very successful day tomorrow.
Well, thank you, Paul.